Dr. Amit Sen, you work a lot with children and adolescents. We're looking at the impact this is having on adults. And I know several colleagues around me have come up and spoken of mental health issues, how they're taking counseling much more than I've ever dealt with in my 2 decades of being in journalism. But what about young kids and adolescents and the impact that you think being locked up at home, unable to meet their friends, unable to go to school or college is having on our young generation? And how should we as parents be dealing with that?
Well, to start with, I think it's important to make note of the fact, when it comes to child mental health, we often have a blind spot. We don't seem to see it. And some of the reasons could be that we don't want to acknowledge that as a society, as a community, as a family, we could do things or make choices which could make the mental health and well-being of our children, come under strain and they suffering from something which is emotional or mental. It's very hard for a society or a community to accept, right? The second thing that could be is that a lot of the mental health problems in children, particularly, and even in adolescents, show up as behavior difficulties. It could come up as temper tantrums, oppositional defiant behaviors. It could come as huge mood swings, rebellion. It could show in the form of substance misuse. It could, children, when they're really distressed, could gravitate towards different forms of screen and technical devices. And those then come problematic behaviors rather than mental health problems. And that's when both parents and schools and the larger community begins to treat them as a behavioral issue. And rather than to question or connect to the undercurrents of emotional distress the child might be going through, they start at the behaviors and try to discipline them and try to make boundaries. And that makes it much worse. Indeed, in this lockdown, in the beginning, we had so many families who got very busy with, firefighting with the logistical and the financial issues. And indeed, so many of them decided that they don't want mental services for a while. And we also started getting reports that many families and young people were really thrilled to have a time off from colleges, and even parents who were working from home felt that this together is wonderful for bonding and family time and so on, right? However, within 2 to 4 weeks' time, they started coming back to us with such anguish, and everything was hitting the roof because sleep cycles were becoming, completely awry. The kids were constantly demanding fast food. They couldn't anymore stand the proximity and the togetherness that they were feeling happy about at one time. And there was slamming doors and temper tantrums and conflicts that started happening. And of course, besides, of course, the logistical the logistical changes, breakdown of the routines of daily living and the structure that holds children. It's so important. Many times when till the time something is broken, we don't quite realize the value of it. And the mundane things like going to school, coming back, doing their homework, going, in the park, connecting with cousins in the weekends. These structures actually hold children together. And when that broke, then there was a huge amount of frustration and helplessness as a result.
You know,
And then, of course, there was institutional background, a breakdown. For instance, schools had closed and offices were shut and all that. Transport systems were closed, and that had a huge impact on families. The thing to remember is that when families get affected, when there is anxiety in the air and everybody in the family, parents, grandparents are fearful and they have huge uncertainties in their hands, then that begins to affect the children as well. So we saw all kinds of symptoms from younger children who had behavioral issues to the older ones who felt isolated. Many young people who were in the position of going to college or were working in their fledgling jobs lost them. And many of them could not return home at that time, And those kids were full of loneliness and battling with fears that were real and imagined. And even the ones who were so-called well-adjusted and successful before the COVID hit were seen to be struggling with the demons and the trying to uh, grapple and hold on to the shreds of hopes that were slipping away from their
but
fingers.